Assalamualaikum everyone. We are from Group 4 and today we will discuss to you about SDG number 2, which is Zero Hunger. Before we begin, let me introduce you our group members. First, Nur Fatinizati binti Muhammad Al-Husaini. Next, Nur Ain Farhana binti Yusli. And the third presenter is Nur Anis Najwa binti Muhammad Sukarnain. While the fourth presenter is Nurul Ain binti Musa, and lastly is Sadatun Nadira binti Shazali.
First of all, let's begin with the introduction. Sustainable development is known as a development that meets the needs of the current without destroying or sacrificing the needs of the future generation to meet their own needs. Furthermore, back on 25th September 2015, about 17 Sustainable Development Goals were adopted by United Nations states members. Among the goals are to eradicate poverty, to fight inequality and injustice, and to combat climate change by 2030. Based on the Sustainable Development Goals, we have chosen the second goal called Zero Hunger to discuss activities related to it. Zero Hunger is about creating a world free of hunger by 2030. Furthermore, its target is to ensure everyone has access to enough food throughout the year, especially to those who are in vulnerable situations such as poor and underprivileged. And based on the United Nations, about 811 million people were suffering from hunger in 2020, and that was roughly 191 million more than in 2019.
Moving on to the next slide, which is the world's largest humanitarian organization called as World Food Programme. WFP was created in 1961 with almost 21,000 staff over 120 countries were hired to help in implementing this program. The goals that WFP has set to achieve the Zero Hunger goal of Sustainable Development Goals is to end hunger, to ensure food security, and to improve the nutrition of the food. Fighting famine is one of the activities under World Food Programme. Currently, there are 49 million of people facing critical level of hunger consists of 20% households are food insecure, 3% of children are chronically malnutrition, and 2 people out of 10,000 was die from starvation. Therefore, in order to combat famine, WFP uses these strategies. Number 1, emergency food assistance. Number 2, through technology. Number 3, logistic and supply chain. And number 4, longer term of thinking. There are 3 tools that WFP uses to implement this activity, which consists of Rapid Response Mechanism, Hunger Maps Live, and Emergency Service Marketplace.
Additionally, the World Food Programme WFP has changed its focus from providing food aid to providing food assistance, meaning here providing food assistance requires various strategies to meet people's long-term demands. We take into account both the amount and quality of the food as well as the content of nutrition in it. WFP World Food Programme also adopted cash-based transfers where it partially replaced in-kind of food assistance. In simple word, cash here refers to actually banknotes, vouchers or electronic assets that are distributed to beneficiaries for immediate use. For example, in 2019, cash-based transfers have been on more than a third of all World Food Programme aid, up from $10 million USD. Therefore, the first program under this World Food Programme is in the Horn of Africa, where 7 million children suffer from severe malnutrition as a result of violence and drought. In response, the World Food Programme is giving emergency priority in order to stop millions from dying hunger and to support the development and stabilization of national food systems as well as associated supply chains. WFP World Food Programme assisted 83 million people in the first quarter of 2022, transferring 997 million USD in cash-based assistance between January and May 2022. Next, the global food crisis is caused by the conflict in Ukraine. The effects of the war have caused millions of people to go hungry. As a result, 82 countries will be severely food insecure. Hence, the World Food Programme has triggered a global corporate emergency and increased its direct food and nutrition support to prevent famine and mortality. The confirmation distribution for this operational was $4.8 billion. Lastly, program that undertaken by World Food Programme is prior to the catastrophic flooding in Bangladesh in 2022. World Food Programme, or WFP, provided 145,000 individuals with cash assistance. As a result, they will be able to prevent losses and damage.
Next, I will explain about the benefits of the programs. They have three programs which are ending hunger, fighting famine, and also the global food crisis. For the first one, the World Food Programme offers numerous advantages for sustainable development, starting with its initiative to abolish hunger. In essence, the goal of this initiative is a world free of hunger. This program advantages include its potential to have a good effect on our economy, health, education, equality, and social development. However, as we know, hunger and malnutrition reduce productivity and increase the risk of illness for individuals. In fact, they won't be able to increase their income or improve their level of living. So by doing this program, it can help to reduce all of those possible issues. Next, for the second program, which is fighting famine, this program will help in reducing 20% of households who face extreme food shortage, 30% of children who suffer from acute malnutrition, and 2 people per 10,000 who die from starvation, disease, and malnutrition. For example, famines frequently occur in places where organizations have limited access. Conflict, insecurity, and the ancient displacement are particularly causing acute hunger to reach dangerous proportions in Yemen and South Sudan. Along with those two nations, individuals in Afghanistan, Ethiopia, and Somalia also suffer from extreme levels of hunger. So, if the WFP can fight the famine issue, they can help those countries to achieve sustainable development. They also can make them a better country to live in. Lastly, the Global Food Crisis also is one of the programs that have been made by the World Food Programme. For example, uninterrupted supply of food benefits the citizens of all countries. It also will give national policymakers a much better shot at overcoming the global food crisis. Not just that, a secure access to food can produce wide-ranging positive impacts to economic growth and job creation, poverty reduction, and increased global security and stability. In a simple word, a country with uninterrupted global food will be much easier to achieve sustainable development.
Beyond the benefit of the World Food Programme for achieving sustainable development, the commitment to improving this program matters to create a better standard and quality for communities. World Food Programme can improve the hunger reduction effort by increasing investment in agriculture and food system. It can be started by supporting small-scale farmers with providing efficient irrigation. Systematic irrigation contributes to increasing crop yield, thus helping small farmers that have been dealing with a scarcity of water. Irrigation investment can be done by building pipes, channels, and canals that help water flow to dry areas, build more large-scale multi-purpose dams that provide water and control flooding. Apart from that, the next project of the World Food Programme is to fight famine. In order to fight famine, WFP can implement more efforts such as expanding and improving more on future service. For instance, using viral access through social media to extend the help network across the entire country. To be more particular, WFP should organize solidarity with social media, influencers, and celebrities by revealing to the world the people who are confronting hunger situation. We move to the next point, which is empower the power of right for a woman. When the hunger crisis hits, children and women are the most affected. The WFP can improve the program by providing women farmers with the same access to resources that are productive as males. For instance, remove the obstacles preventing women from succeeding in agriculture. It is essential for ensuring their protection and raising productivity. Furthermore, the amount of people that experience hunger worldwide will decrease if women farmers were able to produce output on par with or better than males. The last suggestion for improvement the program is strengthening and coordination among the people. WFP needs to coordinate and collect from all sources, especially those provided by the public. WFP should conduct a more true investigation, such as a local census of those affected by the problem, with collecting information from each household from a representative of the local population. The distribution of food must be done correctly and equally to avoid market difficulties such as a lack of food supply. In other words, millions of people worldwide will face food scarcity when the market fails to supply food.
Based on all explanations, we conclude that the World Food Programme is the perfect program to achieve Sustainable Development Goals number 2, which is zero hunger. According to Agenda 2030, sustainable development will only be achievable through successful partnership. WFP collaborate to raise money with governments, NGOs, private businesses, and others. Therefore, our current and future expectation towards society to achieve sustainability development is to encourage in partnership. Businesses are likely going to have a beneficial impact on the climate across the entire value chain and making contribution to society. For example, companies increase their involvement in the environmental sustainability into their business strategies. Many companies are collaborating with sustainability tech companies that are focused on having an immediate impact on society as well. By doing this, sustainability enables a company to draw workers, shareholders, or even customers who are committed and share these values. Thus, sustainability can have a positive effect on a company's reputation as well as its bottom line.
That's all from us. Thank you.